In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how I use iMovie to keep my editing process for one video under 10 minutes. I'm going to be walking you through my editing checklist, so if you don't have that, make sure you grab it by clicking the link down in the description box below. So hey guys, how's everybody doing? I hope you're having a great Wednesday. Just going to make sure that I am live and make sure everybody knows to hit refresh here. That is already in here. And if you look to the right of your screen, you'll see there's a chat box available for you to chat with everybody else who's here on the training and ask me questions, which is key because as we go through this training, I want you to ask me questions to make sure you understand what I'm doing so that the editing process can become so much easier for you as well. So I'm going to go ahead and push this out to a couple places and go ahead and let me know where you're watching from. I live outside of DC, about an hour and a half outside of DC, and it is a gorgeous sunny day here, hump day, halfway through the week. And this morning, really interesting fact, as I was sitting in the living room drinking my coffee this morning, a turkey walked through my yard. A random turkey. And I actually live in our town borough, so I'm kind of in the city-ish. It's not city, it's a small town, but you're in the borough. So random turkey just walked through my yard. Interesting. So why don't you guys let me know where you're watching from? I'd love to hear from you guys. So we have Katie from Detroit. Hi, Katie. I'm so happy to have you here. And also, you guys, let me know if you currently have a YouTube channel or if it's your goal to launch a YouTube channel in the next quarter. I want to hear if people are planning to launch a YouTube channel here this quarter. And what I mean by this quarter is April to June. That's a quarter. So we just got done with quarter one, which was January to March, and now we are in quarter two. So who has a plan to launch a YouTube channel by the end of June? Or is it your goal to improve your channel? Let me know in the comment section. And before we got someone from Gainesville, Georgia, San Antonio, Southwest Florida. Hi, Claire. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Emily. Connecticut, Nicole. I am so happy you guys are all here. Cafe Con Elsa TV, Michelle. I'm so sorry. I'm very bad at pronouncing things, but you guys make sure you check each other's channels out and subscribe because I'm really big on creating a community of women who are supporting each other. So if you have somebody that you see in the description, in the chat box that has a channel, make sure you go subscribe to them and help support them so that they can reciprocate the favor. And so we aren't in this whole YouTube channel journey alone. I know it can be scary and it can be really hard to grow your channel and get those subscribers. So let's help each other out. Let's be each other's cheer team and subscribe, like, comment to all of each other's videos. So if you see somebody who listed their channel in the comment section, make sure you go check them out and subscribe to their channel and just be a support system for everybody. Who else do we have? So we have someone from New York. She has a channel. Emily just created an account, and Claire has a personal YouTube channel and has been practicing with it, but a plan to start a new one next month. That's so great, everybody. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just go right into the editing process. If you don't know who I am, my name is Trena Little, and I help online entrepreneurs create a video content strategy that works for them and their business. And I have a Facebook group called Video for Biz Crew that's a support system for all of us starting the YouTube journey. You'll know that you can rank your videos higher the more interaction you get on your video. So the more comments, likes, and shares. So this is why I created my Facebook group so that you can share your video as soon as you post it because those 24 hours are crucial to get as much engagement as possible. And I really want to help you guys grow your channel. So if you aren't in my Facebook group promoting your channel, or if you plan to launch your channel, make sure you're in that Facebook group so you can really start getting your YouTube channel out there and getting subscribers and getting that engagement on your videos. That's so important to grow. So without further ado, let's go into the editing part of this video. If you don't have your editing checklist, just make sure you download it. It's in the description box below. You can go there and get it. And I'm pretty much just going to walk through this editing checklist step by step. Now this process will take more than 10 minutes today because I am showing you guys how to do it and I'm walking you through it. So it will take more than 10 minutes. And actually the first couple times you do this process, it probably will take you more than 10 minutes. But I've also have done over 100 videos now. So it's been pretty easy for me to do, and I really have solidified a process that works for me. So if you just keep practicing and doing it over and over, just like anything else, it gets much easier and you'll be able to get down to that 10-minute mark. So grab your checklist, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here so that you can see exactly what I am doing. So again, you guys, make sure you are leaving questions in the chat box. Share this out. You can make sure you can hit that thumbs up button, and that will share it out through your Twitter account. If you have any followers on Twitter that you think might appreciate this training, go ahead and share it on Twitter. And yeah, so let's get started. So the first thing that I do is I create a new project in iMovie. So you'll see I've got a lot of iMovie projects going on here. So with iMovie, you'll go right here to create a new movie. It's the first thing you want to do. And before you even decide to title this movie, you want to make sure you've researched a search engine optimized title. If you check out my channel, I definitely give you tips on how to find a search engine optimized title. So you need to make sure you have that information before you title your video. So now once you have iMovie open and you have a new project, you'll see right now the project is titled My Movie right up here. You want to go into this arrow up here up top beside projects, and that's the import button. Once you pops up, sorry, my computer is going to be a little slow for us today. I created a file that has everything that I need. So I'm going to go ahead and download both of these files. It's my audio file and my video file. So when I film my videos, I film a separate audio file with my Blue Yeti mic. I have my Blue Yeti mic plugged into my computer, and it creates a separate audio file through QuickTime. So that's why I have two different files for this particular movie. So Emily asked, how do I get iMovie if I'm working off of a PC? I'm sorry, Emily, iMovie does not work on a PC, but if you have an iPad or an iPhone, you can get the iMovie app on the iPad or on your iPhone. For PC, I would look at using Camtasia. You could also look at using Adobe Premiere Pro. That's a more advanced one. And then there's also another Adobe program. I'm totally blanking at what it is right now, but it is an easier one than Premiere Pro that you can also work from as well. The checklist would still be kind of similar. It's just it'll be a little bit different of a process being in a different software. So I'm sorry that I can't get you iMovie on your PC. Michelle, how do I choose the music for my video? Sometimes they get banned. Okay, Michelle, we are definitely getting into that later on my iPad. Great. Yeah, Claire uses iMovie on her iPad and iPhone. Okay, so now that we have our files right up here, I typically will bring down the video file first. And if you check your cheat sheet for the shortcuts, you see this looks really tiny. So I want to zoom that in so I can work on it a lot better. So I will do Command plus, and it just makes it, it just zooms it in, okay? So I'm gonna go back to the video here. You can see right here there is a spike in my audio, and this is the audio on my camera. This spike signifies to me that I'm ready to start. And so I'm going to bring this audio file down, and it's just going to help me sync my video file with my audio file. Now, while I use a Blue Yeti microphone, that's the brand that I use. I believe all the equipment that I use, I have listed in the description box if you have any questions. My camera and all of that stuff is listed in my description box of this video. Okay, so let's go to the audio part first. I want to cut out all of this stuff because it's, you know, there's nothing there. So I'm going to click right here in the audio file, make sure it's highlighted yellow, and a shortcut for cutting the clip is Command B. And you'll see it broke it off into two little clips right here, and I'm just going to hit delete and take that away. Now I'm going to drag this audio file, make sure it's highlighted, back over to here. And I want to zoom it in a little bit more. All right, so we're zoomed in as far as possible. Sorry for the loud noise here. But what you do is you want to line up your little time ticker right here. Click there and line these two up. Okay, so that's how you're going to sync your two files. And then you can listen to it to make sure it's synced up. So here we go. So it's a little bit off. So I'm going to just move this guy just a little bit to the right. Okay, I think that sounds pretty good. So we can double check it right here. All right, so I have that synced up. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all of this by using Command B, both of these, hit delete, and we have this pretty much synced up. So the next thing I want to do is get rid of the audio in the video file. So I just go hover over here. You can see that a adjust volume pops up. It's those two little arrows, and you can pull that the whole way down so that there is no audio coming from the video file. And now you just have your separate audio file. There you go. So that's how we're going to sync our separate audio file to our video file. How are we doing? Anybody lost yet? I know I can run through this really fast because it's second nature to me. So I just want to make sure, where are we at? Are you guys good? Anybody have any questions? Yes, anybody, let me know. I'm going to move on if not. All right, so the next thing on the checklist is to color correct the video file. So you can do a lot more color correcting in Final Cut Pro, which I have been testing out recently. But a way that you can color correct in iMovie is make sure you click your audio file and then go up to the Painter's palette right here. And you can adjust the highlights to make it brighter. See, it gets brighter. So I think I'll make it just a tad brighter. You can also do the saturation. You can make it, a lot saturated. Obviously, that's what you get when you make it more saturated, or less saturated makes it black and white. So I'm going to add, right now, I look pretty bland, right? I pretty much blend in with that ugly wall. So I'm just going to give myself a little bit more color. Just drag it a little bit to the right. And then you can tint it a little bit blue or yellow, cooler or warmer in the temperature. And I want to draw out some of the yellow. So if you have a video that has a lot of yellowish hues to it and you don't really like the yellowish look, you can go up here and pull it back to blue, a little bit blue. So you see it just pulls a little bit, makes the video a little bit cooler. And you want to make sure that you adjust your volume and your video before you start splicing anything up and cutting anything, because once you start doing that, you're going to have all these separate all these separate clips, and you want to just correct it all at once so that one clip doesn't have a different adjusted lighting than the other. The next thing I want us to do is adjust the audio. So if you see this yellow peak right here, you don't want to have any peaks of audio in your video because it just makes it sound really loud. You want to make it as pleasurable to listen to as possible. So what I do is I'm going to zoom out a bit to see how many peaks that I got. So you can see there's a couple yellow peaks. And the best way to do this, you can either click on your entire audio file here, or you can go up here and adjust your audio to 100. You can go even higher if your audio is a little bit low and you want to boost the volume up. So I want to take this down just a tiny bit. So if I take it down to 88, you'll see all of those yellow peaks down here are pretty much gone. So that's what I'm looking for, to make sure all of those yellow peaks are gone. Okay, I'm seeing there's one more. So let's just take it down the whole way to 80%. I think that should make it good to go. So there we go. Where are we at? Training after this. I missed the beginning. Sure, Becky. Actually, it's going to be on replay here. And since, you're in my special group, you also get this training video as well, Becky. So no worries at all. You will have this training video. Okay, so now we've got the audio file set up. We've got the video file set up. Now all you have to do is you can go back to the beginning of your video, hit the space bar, And so I messed up right there. You see, none of us are perfect. I hit the space bar to stop playing, and I want to cut that out. But again, I need to zoom in a bit to make sure I'm cutting it at the right place. So I will click on the video file, do Command B on the audio file, click my video file, hit delete. So now I'm starting here. And then you just go through here listening to yourself and cutting out any clips. So I see there's a space coming up here. So I hit space, click that little line, Command B, move on down to where I start talking again. Go ahead and hit Command B, delete. And you'll see this is what is called a jump cut. It just goes from one clip to the next. You don't need any fancy transitions in your videos. You really just want to focus on the content. So as you can see, you can hit play and see what a jump cut looks like. And you probably see these more than you even realize when you watch YouTube videos. Let's see, I just keep messing up so that I know this is wrong. So I delete that. And yeah, so you just keep going through here and deleting the unwanted video footage by using Command B and deleting. Command B. Okay, so let me show you. If you happen to highlight this and hit delete, but you didn't want to delete that, make sure you go up here to edit, and you can do undo delete, and you've got it back. Let me go ahead and show you if you want to add transitions. You go up here to these transitions, and these are the different transitions that you can use. So let me get a clip ready here. So Command B, delete. Command B, All right. So now that was my intro, and I'm going to go now into, well, that was my hook. So that's so important in a video, is to make sure you have a hook that's going to get people's attention and let them know what your video is about. And then it moves into your intro, which is introducing yourself. So if you want to add a transition here, you can go up to any of these transitions and say, let's just do a swipe left. You click the swipe left, hold down your mouse and drag it down here. And now this is how your video will look. It's swiped left. So if you don't like that, just click on it, make sure it's yellow, hit delete. Maybe you want a spin. I don't want you guys to get too crazy with transitions because they're not really that necessary. So here's what a spin looks like. And that's how you add transitions. One thing I want to make very clear on how you can make your editing process super easy is to be prepared for your video before you turn your camera on. So sit down, do your research, map out your video. I like to keep all of my videos around 5 minutes long. So if you go back to your My Media, which is where your video and your audio file is, if you see the length of my entire video that I did is 8.2 minutes. And that's why it's going to take me only 10 minutes to edit, because I don't have this giant file to edit. I went into my video knowing what I was going to say, and so it made the process a lot quicker. And in return, it makes the editing process a lot quicker as well. So you don't have like this 20-minute long video of you sitting there staring off in space, trying to remember what it is you wanted to say or how you want to say it. If you plan it out before you even hit the record button, that is essential. So I'm going to take a drink of water here before we move on to the next things, which is adding social media icons. And I want to see if any of you guys have some questions. So make sure you let me know in the live chat over here, what questions do you have about editing? Feel free to let me know. All right, so if we are still good, I'm going to move on to how you can add some additional things. So I always add my social media right here when I'm introducing myself so that if people want to follow me or check out my social media platforms, I have it available for them. So how I get my social media images is I go up to the import button right up here, and let's see if I can find where my social media guys are at. I've got a lot of things going on here. So how I create my social media graphic is I went into PicMonkey and I created a image using a transparent background, okay? And then I added all of my social media accounts. All right, I'm not gonna be able to find that real quick. So let me go back to projects where so I know my social media is here. So once you have it in one file, you can easily go to that file and copy and paste. So here's my social media guy. You see it's right up here. I go ahead and click on that, and to copy it, you just do Command C, go back to projects, go back to the movie you're working on, click where you want social media to pop up and hit Command V. And there you go. It looks like this. Now, if you want to move it or change the size, go ahead and click on the image right here. And then, yeah, you want to double click on it. My apologies. And then you see this box goes around it, and you can minimize it. You can move it. You can do whatever you want with that graphic. And you'll see the reason why you make it a transparent background is so you just see these icons and my handle. If it was not a transparent background, there would be a background, you know, like a white background or a blue background or whatever. And if that's something you want to do, that's fine too. I just decided to use a transparent background so that I got this type of effect with my social media icons. So there you go. It pops right up. You could do this with like your name if you want to put like who you are and your title. Put it in like a little white box in PicMonkey, and then, you know, put in your logo or whatever and have that pop up. You can also do that as well. So that's how you can add some graphics there. As far as text, you can go up to titles. And do be aware that in iMovie, you only have the option to add one graphic. In other software platforms, other editing platforms, you can add multiple graphics on your video at a time. But in iMovie, you just are allowed to have one graphic at a time. So Marjorie, you can't have them clickable. You can have them linked in your description box, which is what I do. If you look at my description box, I have my social media accounts linked, and to have them clickable in your description box, you need to have the full address. So you need to have an HTTP:// the entire address. If you just put www, it won't be clickable. So the best way to get more people over to your other social media platforms is to make sure that it's clickable by having the entire address. But as far as making it clickable in your video, you can't really do that. You can add annotations in YouTube once you upload your YouTube video, but annotations are only clickable on desktop and not on mobile, which a lot of people are watching the YouTube videos on mobile, so it wouldn't really help you out if your audience is watching on mobile and you make those annotations. So I mean, you just need to think about, what do you have time for, what's realistic for you, and there's not a way to make those clickable at this time. So next, let's look at text. So maybe you want to pull in a text bar. Let's say you can always click on these to see what it's going to look like beforehand. So let's just do a gradient right here. You can have a text on top of a graphic, but you can't have two graphics and you can't have two texts. You can have a graphic and a text, but not two of the same. So the best way to do this, you have your graphic, your text, make sure you're clicked on the text. You can go over here and you can add your name and your title. If you want to change the font, highlight it, go up here to font, and go ahead and click your font. Now, if you have special font for your brand, you can always go to Show Fonts, and you can import any of your specific fonts that you have on your computer. So I'm going to go ahead and change mine. Let's just go to, and we'll make a hairline italic, and the size. Again, make sure it's highlighted. Your name is highlighted before you make any changes. So that, medium, and let's say 13. Done. Then you can do the same for here. Did that change? Yeah. You can do the same for there as well. And if you want to change the color, again, highlight it, go up to this box up here, and select your color. And there you have a text box. Okay, so now we have text, we have graphics, now music. I know I had somebody ask me about music, so let's address this. You need to make sure your music is copyright free. YouTube will know instantly if you are using music that is not copyright free, and they will give you a strike. 3 strikes and they kick you off of YouTube. So you really want to be very careful on the music that you use in your videos. So the best way to make sure you're using safe music is to go to the YouTube music library. So I'm going to pull up YouTube here, and I'm going to show you how you can find YouTube music library. If you go into if you click your icon when you're in YouTube and you click Creator Studio, it's going to bring you to this page right here. And you want to go down to Create, and you can go to the audio library. And here are all free music that you can use. You can search music. You can search by genre, mood, instrument. Say you want an acoustic guitar, go ahead and click on that. Then you can preview what it sounds like by hitting play here. And then if you like that, you can hit this to download. And you see it downloaded here in my browser. And then let's go back to iMovie. And I like to actually just drag it from my browser. So I will have my browser up alongside my iMovie and just grab it right here and pull it right into iMovie. Just like that. The other way you can do it is by going up to Import and going to your downloads. So typically under your computer name, and there should be a file that says Downloads. And then it should be in there. Just make sure you know what it was titled so that you can find it quickly. So then what you want to do, depending where you want the music to be, let's say I wanted to start at my intro. So I'm going to throw it right here. So let's see. Now that's obviously too loud. So what you want to do is click on it and again, go up to your volume and drag it down so that it's not overpowering. I generally find that anything around a 10 should be okay, but you just want to double check and listen to it. And there you go. You have copyright-free music. And then if you want it to go off, so let's say we wanted to stop here, go ahead, hit Command B and delete that. You can also have the music fade out. So if you hover your mouse over your music clip, you'll see this little ball right here. If you get those double arrows to show up, you can drag this and your music will start to fade out starting right there. So it sounds like this. And there you have your music fading out, so it's not an abrupt stop in music. So now we added our copyright-free music. We turned it down. The next thing I want you to do after you have everything edited, you think your movie is done, I want you to go to the very end of your video because you should have paused to take a couple screenshots for your thumbnail. So after every single video that I filmed, I will always remember to do a few stands to be able to take a screenshot for my thumbnail. This is super important if you want people to start clicking on your videos in YouTube to make sure you have a custom thumbnail. So what I do is you'll see, look, you can totally see inside my process of creating thumbnails. Right here, this is pretty much what I do. I'm checking the camera to make sure I'm in the screen, my hair is not messed up. That's pretty much how I pose for a thumbnail. So I will pause on this image right here and then click this guy to make it bigger. And then what I do is I will, oh no. Are you guys still with me? I have a technical difficulty here. I think you guys might still be with me. I'm double checking right now if you're with me still. Okay, yeah, you guys are still with me. Sorry, but I was having a technical difficulty. It seems my iMovie decided to, there we go. So, sorry about that little glitch. As you know, technology. Okay, thanks guys. So this is how I take a screenshot. I pull up this still shot right here. I hit Command, Shift, and 4. I'm sorry, no, it was Command, Shift, and 3. If you do Command, Shift, and 4, you can actually choose the area that you want to take a picture of. So you can do Command, Shift, 4, grab this entire photo, and then let go. And now you have an image for your thumbnail. I want you guys to try to remember for every single video to pause so that you can create a custom thumbnail with your image, because people connect more with an image of a person in a thumbnail than anything else. So just remember to take that thumbnail, take time to pause for a thumbnail. Then you can just hit escape to come back. And then when you go to create your thumbnail, you have that image available. The next thing I want you to do is to create a promo list, a promo clip for your video. So what I typically do is I will use my hook because that's how I wanted people to stay watching my video. So I'm going to use this promo clip on Instagram. I'm also going to use it on Twitter and on Facebook. So I want my hook to be my promo clip. So what I'm going to do is click, and then I'm going to hold down the command button, click this, and then make sure all the audio files are also clicked and highlighted. And then what I'll do, I'll hit Command C to copy all of those files. And then I'm going to go up here to the iMovie file. I'm going to go to Projects, Create New, Movie. And I'm going to go down here into your timeline and click and hit Command V. And now you have a quick little 15-second promo clip that you can use on Instagram to get people over to your video, on Facebook, maybe on your website, wherever you want to have it. And you have this quick little video that you can export and use as promotion. All right, so now we have our 15 to 30-second promo clip. Let's go back to our final movie. Now, this is the important part, exporting. What you want to do when you export is go up to this guy in the corner, and as enticing as it might be to upload directly to YouTube, you want to upload it as a file. Now, what's important here is making sure you have your optimized title right here. And if you go, like I said, watch my videos to see how to make sure your video is, make sure your titles are optimized. You want to type that in here. So I'm just going to use this training as an example because I've already done the research on the optimized keywords. So let's say it's how to edit videos. Then you also want to fill out this description. The more metadata that you can provide YouTube, the more they're going to realize what your video is about so that they can rank you for your keywords and phrases that you want this video to rank for. So I wanted this video to rank for how to edit videos, iMovie for beginners, how to edit your YouTube video. So I'm just going to write a quick little description about this video. So I'm going to put in this video, Trena teaches how to edit videos, how to edit in iMovie, and let's see, how to use iMovie. This is actually going to put you one step ahead of other people on YouTube who aren't doing this extra step, that aren't putting in this extra metadata to get you ranked on YouTube front page search results. And then you want to add your tags. So your tags would be how to edit videos. The next one would be how to edit in iMovie. How to use iMovie. All right, so now you have your tags. You want to make sure this is video and audio. You want to make sure this is as high resolution as you can possibly get for it to look good on YouTube. So you want to make sure it's at 1080p. If you don't have that option, that's because your camera or the recording device that you use did not film in 1080p, so you won't be able to use that. You'll have to go with 720, but you want to make sure that it's as high quality as you can get. Michelle said, I can always upload and download my files from my iCloud, but I struggle to do it my laptop. Is there a tip? With my iPhone, but I struggle to do it. So you're wondering how to upload your files to your iCloud from your laptop. Is that what I'm understanding, Michelle? Can you please just clarify that just a little bit? Okay, so then you have that. As far as quality, you want to have this set as, if you have the option, you want it to be set as H264 if you have that option. Otherwise, you want to have it set as high. And if you have an option to change dimensions, you want to make sure the dimensions are always 1280 by 720. And that's also what your thumbnail should actually be, 1280 by 720, because that's the format YouTube has. So once you have all of this information set up, you can go to next. You have how to edit videos, where you're going to send it. Michelle, this might be where your question's coming in. Do you want to send it to your Mac? Do you want to, maybe you can, if your laptop is connected to your iPhone, maybe that's where that will pop in. I always send mine to a folder called edited videos, and then I will move all my edited videos to a external hard drive because video files take up so much space on my computer. So I would definitely recommend having an external hard drive to really basically save your computer from saying, help me, I'm full of files. So then you can export it to your computer. And that is my 10-minute editing process, you guys. Let me go ahead and cancel this because I'm not actually done editing that because I didn't go through and cut everything up. So go ahead and turn the camera on here and allow you guys to go ahead and ask me any questions that you might have. Again, one of the reasons why it's 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes, is because my final video is only usually around 5 minutes. My strategy for YouTube is to have my videos be quick, helpful tips or quick, helpful tutorials. When I want to do something more in depth, I do live like this so I can talk with you guys and help you through the process. So those are the longer videos that I do. And the bonus of going live is you don't really have to edit. So, oh, great. I'm glad that helped. Do you guys have any questions while I'm here? Like I said, I have been using Final Cut Pro recently, and that gives you more options to add more graphics, more images, and I really love the color correction there. Other than that, if you're just starting out, iMovie, perfectly fine. Also, I've heard Window Makers is a perfect Windows Movie Maker for PC, as well as Camtasia is a perfectly great place to start if you're on Windows PC. And again, you can do the same stuff that I showed you on iMovie and on your iPhone and your iPad. And I think if you don't have the app already on your Apple devices, I think that was like $5 or something for this amazing software. So if it's not already on any of your Apple device, which usually it comes as a default, then it's probably just about $5. So questions? Great, Claire. I hope this helps you make editing a lot easier. I know we can all get wrapped up in like having such an amazing, fancy video editing look, but I suggest you take that extra time that you would spend on editing and spend it on creating quality content, because no matter how fancy you make your video look, it's all about the content. People are going to keep coming back and watching you if you're providing them high quality content. They're not going to come back and watch you just because you have fancy editing. So focus on researching your content, making sure it's content your audience wants from you, and making sure that they can take action after watching your video. So I'm hoping after this video, you guys can take action and edit your first video or your 10th video or whatever, but the editing process is now simpler for you. So that's what I hope you take away from this video. So every single video that you create, I want you to have something that your audience can take away and take action on. All right, you guys, so if I don't have any other questions, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I showed you my quick process. Remember, my checklist is in the description box below. If you just click down there, you can click that bit.ly link and throw your email in there and I'll send you the checklist. I basically just went down the checklist step by step in this video and showed you exactly what I do. And I also have that shortcuts list for iMovie. Remember, if you want to start sharing your channel and really just join a group of amazing supportive people who are also starting their journey on YouTube, make sure you go join my Facebook group. It's Video for Biz Crew. I believe I have it linked down in the description box below. If not, I can also add that as well. We are there supporting each other, finding people to collaborate with, and just really supporting each other, like I said, because I know video can be scary. I know it can be hard to put yourself out there, but if you have people backing you up and commenting nice things on your video and helping you grow and learn as a creator, it makes it so much easier. So thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you subscribe to this channel if you want all my free tips and for more training, because I am going to be doing more live. So make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that you're updated on any live training. And if there's something you want to know in particular, if you want a training specific, let me know in the description box, in the comment section. Let me know what training you would like to see that would really help you creating video content and using YouTube. So leave me all the suggestions down below, and I'll definitely try to incorporate it into my content plan here on YouTube. So thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye.